we're going from, look at the original Greek. The early church fathers.
What's your name, my friend?
Koinoi Greek.
What's your name?
George.
George?
We spoke before.
Do me a favour. Put that red herring back in your pocket.
Why?
Well, I didn't mention nothing like this. Oh, sorry. You're a straw man. I didn't mention New Testament, King James, NIV, and nothing. Got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm mentioning it.
Yeah, but it's nothing to do with what we're talking
telling you because I know where you're going. The original manuscripts of the New Testament was in Greek. All right? So the Eastern Orthodox Church have the original Greek manuscripts.
So
that's...
What does that prove?
That answers
What if the original's a lie in Greek and you copied it from a lie?
You said to me, your question was there any mistakes?
No, I said, what if there was a mistake?
There is mistakes.
There is mistakes.
But not doctrinal mistakes. These are scribal errors. Say you've got 4,000 horses on another manuscript that came later on, that they've copied and copied and copied, because you have thousands and thousands of manuscripts distributed all around the Middle East or around the world, the existing world, the known world at the time. You'll have, at the end of page, 400. He's missed the zeros, for example. It'd be scribal errors, but not doctrinal errors.
Okay,
this is what I'm trying to say.
The New
so
Testament,
we know there ain't no mistakes. But we know there's no mistakes because
even that's a red herring.
Because we know that oral tradition was passed down to the people.
First thing, the teachings of Christianity do not come out of the Gospels. Yeah? They come out later.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Teaching of Christianity came before the Gospel.
I'm not going to do...
No, the teachings of... No.
Sorry, when did God become a Trinity? When did God become a Trinity?
Calm.
When did the teaching of Trinity come?
Wait a minute. Slowly. The teachings
I don't want to deflect to that.
No, because you don't want to go there.
No, because I don't need to right now.
The teachings
I don't need to right now. I don't need to right now.
The teachings of Christianity
I don't need to right now. I don't need to. George. You're the goss.
You go down the road, and when he doesn't like it, you reverse back.
No. What it is, I realize...
Why do you reverse back?
Shall I explain? Yeah. I'll explain. Because we was on a journey, and there was a side stop, and when we stopped there, you wanted to go onto the mountains, right? Well, I want to continue on this journey.
No.
So, yes. No. Because my question is a very simple question.
Go on.
Why do you, if the Gospel of Matthew contains historical error, is it still reliable?
That doesn't have. What do you mean by historical error?
Okay, it writes.
I told you.
It writes history that didn't. Okay.
It doesn't have historical error.
If it writes history that didn't happen.
And even architectural stuff.
If it writes history that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then what?
For instance,
there is no. If the Bible, anywhere in the Bible, writes history that did not happen, and you can prove that did not happen, then I will not be a Christian today.
what's the example of the error?
All right. Talk to me about King Herod and the census.
I don't know about King Herod and the census.
Killing the babies and stuff.
Yeah, what about that?
Do you know about it?
Yeah, what about it? Yeah.
Do you believe that happened?
One minute. Before you go on to that, you said now we're going on the road. How do I know the Bible's correct? How do I know if there's any errors?
I didn't say that.
Blah, blah.
No.
Then you say, well, I'm going off on a side road. What is this? This is a side road.
Yorgos, listen. My first question was what?
You got to let me to ask you a question as well.
No, but no disrespect. What you just said was utter nonsense, because I'll explain it to you.
What is a nonsense?
What you just said.
What?
Going off onto a side
There's
road.
all right.
Because what we're doing is this, right? First of all, we're digging into the New Testament. And then I alienated the Gospel of Matthew. And now we're drilling into Matthew. How is that a side road? We're going down.
All right, because you're going now, right, what you're doing, you want to start picking off on other things like Herod and other historical stuff.
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
And all this.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So, it's not a surprise when it happens. Alright? Yeah? I'm going to show you that your assumption that the authors of the Gospels were disciples, that Matthew was apparently a disciple of Jesus, that the idea that they witnessed everything they wrote, and the idea that they were inspired by God, have no foundation. I'm going to show you they're false assumptions.
You're entitled to your opinion, of course.
No, I'm going to show you.
Go on then.
Right. So how do I do that? I have to look at the claims made, isn't it? So let's start with the first claim.
Let me ask you something
Go on.
before you carry on.
Go on.
Thank you. So we can talk for about, give it a few minutes, but then you've got to allow me to ask you questions as well, yeah?
About what?
Two-way street. Anything
About
you
the
want.
historicity, evidences and things like this, which I have a problem with the Quran, the Muslim faith.
No, that's a completely different topic.
He's asking you.
That's not just a side road, that's another journey.
We never agreed we were going to talk about any kind of. We're just having a free, a free talking discussion.
No. What happened?
We never had an agenda.
No. Do you remember the trajectory? I'll tell you the trajectory. Right. Your initial claim was you love God, and to ignore God, you shouldn't ignore God. And because you believe Muhammad is a false prophet, that means you're not ignoring God because you don't believe it's a message from God. So I allowed that. So we part that up. Now you still claim you love God and you love God by following his message. The next question was, how do you know what his message is? We came to the New Testament. But the New Testament came to the Gospel of Matthew, and now we're testing the veracity of these Gospels.
Yeah. And this is why
that's the topic.
I want to ask one question when you're ready.
You can ask one question.
About
No
these,
problem.
about something like that. I'll really appreciate if you let me. But you finish and
Okay. So the idea is that
now Herod, and you're just trying to prove to, sorry, I'm interrupting you there. You want to prove to me there is a historical problem because Herod, and then you're just going to go on to
no. Here's my claim: the author of Matthew fabricated history. Yeah. The author of Matthew.
Yeah.
Two things here. This is going to demonstrate a few things.
Yeah.
The author of Matthew definitely was not a disciple of Jesus. That's the first thing I'm going to demonstrate. The second thing I'm going to demonstrate, he falsifies history. And the third thing I'm going to demonstrate, it can't be the word of God. And then if it's not the word of God and it's not eyewitness testimony and it's not a disciple of Jesus, why do you care what Matthew says? That's the question, all right? Because you believe that it's the word of God and that he was writing eyewitness testimony and all these things, and I don't know where you get this notion from. I'm going to verify this. No, you told me, this is what you said to me, and it's on camera. You said the Eastern Orthodox Church took the Gospel of Matthew, spoke to eyewitnesses to verify it.
No.
That's what you said.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, never. You're
Yes,
not
you
listening.
did. All right. So
want me to clarify?
All right. So why did the Eastern Orthodox Church accept the Gospel of Matthew as authentic then?
Because the Eastern Orthodox Church, the original Christians, after the resurrection, they went in the houses, they were speaking and they were talking, and there was oral tradition. They could see what happened and they spoke. From there, Matthew put his gospel, inspired through God, and wrote down Matthew's gospel.
Within the apostolic
Do you accept?
Within the Apostolic Church, the Holy Catholic
all right,
Apostolic
all
Church,
right.
not
New
Roman
Testament
Catholic
is an
Church,
apostolic.
Holy Catholic Apostolic.
All right. Do you accept?
Now, do you understand that point?
I don't.
What don't you understand about that?
So now I understand what you're saying. You're saying Matthew was part of the Eastern Orthodox Church, yeah?
Apostolic Church.
Yes, the Apostolic
One
Church.
church.
Yeah. Is this the church in Jerusalem?
Yes.
Church.
So Matthew's part of this church.
Yes.
Right. So that needs verifying first of all, and the second thing is,
We don't need verifying because it's
you made a
passed
claim.
down. Yeah, because it's passed down through
So
the
what?
bishops.
So what?
There is
a
a
lie
line.
can be passed down.
There is. It's like just like you have Isnad, just like you got
A
Isnad.
lie can be passed down.
1 minute, just like you got Isnad,
Yeah.
and things are passed down.
Yeah.
How you interpret
Lies can
correctly
be passed
the Quran.
down.
How you interpret Quran.
Do we
is
have-
passed
do we
down
have fabricated-
every
okay,
year.
listen.
Do
Do we have fabricated hadith? No. Because what I'm saying to you is this: we have. Listen,
Why
we
do you keep
have.
interrupting me?
Because I'm trying to explain something to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are
Are they
lies.
slippers?
We have fabricated hadith, which are lies, which have been passed down, but they're lies.
Oh, they've been lying about the Quran, yeah?
No, we have. Listen to what I'm saying to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are lies.
Yeah. So
Right,
you
right,
have.
right.
So you
Right,
have hadiths
right.
that lie
So-
about the Quran.
so-
Answer me, yes or no? Do you have
No,
hadiths?
no.
I don't understand.
Okay, I'll explain to you. You seem to think because somebody passes something down over time, it must be true.
No.
Yes, you
No.
just said. That was
It's
your
very
claim.
like Isnad, they can check the families. They know the eyewitnesses. They speak to the eyewitnesses.
Where'd you get this information from?
And everyone
Where'd you get this
speaks-
information
and
from?
everyone has the oral tradition.
Who told?
And
All
we
right,
know
all right.
that's passed down.
Who told you that happened?
Because it's passed down to the church, the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church.
Who told you that they went into the houses, they spoke to witnesses, and did all this stuff?
It's in the Bible, it's in the New Testament, and you've also
It's in the
got-
where?
Sorry?
It's in the New Testament.
Yeah.
The upper room.
That's in the Gospels, isn't it? Well, we're testing the veracity of the Gospels, though. You can't use them as your evidence, can you?
To make it
Gotta
easier.
validate them first.
To make it easier for you, may I ask you?
No, but you
something?
accept that one principle first. Just because something is passed down over history doesn't make it true.
It does, because
It does make it true.
Because no doubt there was a lot of.
Are you saying a lie can't be passed down in history? It's true.
No, what I'm saying is a lie can be passed down, but it depends on the circumstance. Like the church, there was a lot of criticisms. There's a lot of attacks on the church.
No, let's apply the
And there
principle.
was no claim.
No, let's apply the
There was
principle.
no claim. See, I go to answer you, but you
No,
keep
because
interrupting.
I'll tell you why. I
keep
don't need you to
interrupting.
go specific. I'm asking a principle here. Are you saying because something is passed down over history, that makes it true?
It depends.
Oh, it does depend now.
Yes.
Right. So, on what would make it depend? So, because I see what I'm saying here.
It depends on...
I'll explain to you. Because it's been passed down over history that Muhammad is the messenger of God. Well, you reject that?
Yes.
Right. So, therefore, just because something's passed down over history doesn't make it true, does it?
It does. Let me tell you why.
Well, it doesn't.
But let me tell you.
How can it?
Like the church. Can I tell you?
You've got to be logical in this conversation, George.
Yep. I'll give you examples. For example,
No, you can't.
the church, you've got eyewitnesses. We have the eyewitnesses.
We have
there.
eyewitnesses of Muhammad.
Yes, but the eyewitness of Muhammad, like for example, the miracles or anything like this, were there eyewitnesses there?
Yeah, we have eyewitnesses, yes.
Like where, for example? Do you know where?
In the hadith, yes. Passed down
Forget
over
the hadith.
history.
We're talking about the
Passed
Quran.
down over history.
We're talking about Quran.
No, we're talking about hadith.
Well, I'm talking about the Quran.
Well, the Quran's got nothing to do with the life of Muhammad.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Quran mentions Muhammad, doesn't it?
Nothing about his life.
Did it say that, for example, let me give you one example.
Go on.
So we're going off a bit, but do you know in, is it the Dome of the Rock? Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? Didn't he do a miracle? He went up
Yeah, he took him there. Huh?
the horse.
Right.
Was there eyewitnesses there? Was there eyewitnesses there?
No, but God told us that.
No, there was no eyewitness. But every miracle Jesus performed, there were eyewitnesses
Really?
there. And it talks about the places and where and the architecture, the archaeology there. And it's all proven to be true. It's all in the book.
Josephus.
Who told you all these things are proven to be true?
Forget about Christians, independent,
Which independents?
independent Jewish historians.
Which
They're
ones?
alive at the time.
Which ones?
Tacitus.
What did Tacitus say? What did Josephus say?
Oh, you need to do
Should
your
we have a
research.
look? We'll have a look at what Josephus said.
He'll have a look, but I'm not going to talk this up. But this answers.
It's good you brought Josephus, you know that. I'm going to use him. Go
Yeah,
on.
because anyway.
Did you bring him as a witness? I'm going to bring him as a witness.
Remember what I said though, yeah.
Babylonian Talmud.
Promise me, I want to ask one question, which is on my chat.
No.
When you're ready, you'll let me ask one question.
When you reach your illogical stance
Yeah.
and you're standing on a false assumption, irregardless, and expose your delusion, I don't mind. Yeah, then we can do it. It's no
So
problem.
that's a condescending language, because you're assuming I'm delusional,
No, what does delusional mean?
all right?
What does delusional mean?
That I'm misguided.
No,
What does it mean then?
it means believing something that's been proven not to be true.
Yeah,
and you still believe it's
assume
true.
that, right?
No. I said if.
As a Christian, you're not required to believe in the Quran. As a Muslim, he's required to believe in the Injil, the Torah, and the Zabur. So could you provide your evidence for any of those three,
When
that they
you-
ever existed?
That's a reasonable
Any
question.
evidence. Give us any
But
evidence
see,
that they ever
but
existed.
before we
Let's turn the same
That's more
degree
pathetic
of-
than your original
nice?
question.
Can we be nice?
Let's see.
Let's be nice and
He
respectful.
hasn't got it.
Please, look,
No.
can I...
No, let me continue on my route.
And then when you're ready, you'll let me ask you a question I want to ask, yeah?
Right. So we're on the gospel of. So I'm
Matthew.
Right. I'm going to make my claim then. I'm going to throw my
Eyewitnesses
nuts and bolts.
oral
I'm going to throw
tradition
my nuts and
around.
bolts out.
No, eyewitnesses around, oral
All right,
tradition around.
Matthew.
1 minute. They're there.
All right.
They pass it down. This is what happened. Independent
All right.
witnesses, independent historians,
All right.
independent Jewish historians. They never said
Which Jewish historian?
Matthew didn't exist.
Which Jewish historian?
And all these.
Which Jewish
Wait a
historian?
minute. Wait a minute.
Muslims in
Let
the
me
past
finish
said
what I
they
want to
believe
say.
in Matthew, but it's corrupted.
Let
They
me
actually
finish.
believe in Matthew. They've actually said they believe in the Gospels, but they're corrupted. Were they corrupted or uncorrupted? Before the
And did they
revelation?
and have you
See, yeah,
produced one?
You're meant to believe.
And why are you making a claim if you can't produce the original gospel?
Have you read the Quran?
Most of it, yeah.
What does it say about the Gospels? What does it say about the people of the book
Why
and
don't
their
you
book?
tell it rather than ask him?
No, because he's read it.
Let's get it.
He's read it. Tell me what the Quran says about the previous scriptures. And what happened to them.
No,
Okay.
my question to you on this
Yeah, I'd
one,
love to.
on this subject,
We'll
what
do it,
proof
don't
would
worry.
you want to know that it's true?
What's that?
What proof would
What
you
proof?
want that the book, say, the Gospel of Matthew is reliable? What proof
Who,
would you
me?
want? Yeah.
This has nothing to do with me.
No, you're asking me a question.
No,
How
I'm
do I
asking-
know what proof?
I didn't ask you no.
I don't- no,
I didn't
you-
ask that. I said, why'd you believe it?
No, you said
you
to me,
not
how do you know
believe
it's
in it?
reliable, yeah? How do you know Matthew, Gospel of Matthew
No,
is
no, no,
reliable?
no.
I'm asking you then, after 2,000 years, what kind of proof would you need to satisfy you that Matthew is reliable?
Matthew was never
okay,
disputed within the
okay.
church. Never disputed.
Don't
Right
tell
from
me,
its first
tell
moment.
him.
oh,
And a look at his face, him as well.
Okay. Understand one thing.
Good man, he's good.
Understand one thing.
No, answer my question, please.
I'm going to. Understand
What's
one
my question?
You asked me what proof would I need to accept Matthew to be true. Okay.
Yeah.
Prove the Quran is false.
No?
Yes.
All
That's
right.
your proof.
Well, we can.
Come on. Oh, no,
That's
no,
where
no,
the-
no, no.
Nah. And this is why I wanted to come to my question.
Yeah, you can tell. That's what.
That is what you
Prove all you need to do
So-
is prove Muhammad sallallahu, prove he lied, was crazy or deceived. All you need to do.
It'd be better if you
But
gave
it
him an
doesn't-
answer
That's
instead
all you
of
need to
another
do.
But
question.
that's not right. I'm not happy with that answer,
Okay,
man. Shall I tell
listen,
you what?
listen.
Questions need
I'm
answers.
I'm not happy
okay.
with that answer, man.
Are you listening to
What?
one second. All right, he asked me what proof I would require.
Yes.
I told him my proof. How is that a question?
Because you just said to him, tell him your answer again.
My answer again is all you need to do, the proof you need to present, is that prove to me that Muhammad was either
And
deceived.
that's an answer.
Yes.
You're telling him to prove something to you, and that's the
No, I'm
answer.
giving him the criteria he's asked for.
No, he asked you a question, and you've asked him.
Did he ask for a criteria? Did he ask for a criteria?
Give him an answer instead of a question.
Did he ask for a criteria?
Normally, a question requires an answer.
Did
Would
he
you
ask for a
agree?
criteria? What did he ask? What was his question asking for?
He said, "Why don't you believe in?"
No, he didn't. He said, what would make you believe?
Yeah, what would make?
And what does that require? It's a criteria, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah? And does not me giving a criteria answer the question?
But you haven't given a reason why you don't believe in Matthew in that answer.
Okay, because Muhammad refutes what Matthew says. And Muhammad is my authority, not Matthew.
So you don't believe in Matthew. You don't believe in the Gospel of Matthew.
I don't believe the New Testament is a reliable source of information.
Do you believe it's
Why?
corrupt? Or
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Do you believe
One,
it is the
it
Injil?
isn't written by eyewitnesses.
But do you see what happens
Okay.
here?
Yeah, you've done. There's
We
something
ask a
strange that's
question.
happened then.
He goes on to put an
Okay.
answer which I'm not satisfied. You're not willing to discuss that, but you want to go back and
Your
say.
loss. No disrespect. You asked me a question, I responded, then he butted in and changed the subject.
Join in the conversation.
No, you're changing the subject.
Matthew,
No, I felt you didn't give
No,
credit to his
I think you have a
question
problem with
by asking-
comprehension,
this is
to be honest.
I've got very
this is
good
where.
comprehension and
Please,
understanding.
Well, he's not
of what
I'm
demonstrating
asking
it.
you
what you're
respectfully
trying
and
to do.
nicely, in a humble way, yeah?
Right.
This point
All
now,
right.
yeah? And this is where we arrive at
All
the
right.
one question I want to ask you, which you keep not letting me ask you.